Does this hippo have your vote? Want some pork with your latte? And hey, I'm trying to enjoy the Bill of Rights here. There's a lot of unusual stuff going on right now, and your news refresh has you covered. Before we dive in, give us a hot subscribe at the News Refresh on YouTube to get new, weird, and interesting news stories each and every day. Thanks. So the 2024 race may be heating up with a new candidate. There's certainly a demand for it. No offense to Madam Web, but kind of like how people have grown tired of superhero movies, polls have repeatedly found that a Biden versus Trump presidential rematch is not the type of sequel that voters are looking to enjoy. And many experts believe that this election season may be one that's greatly impacted by an emergent third-party candidate. Hence, a brand new candidate who appears to want to bring us all together, though not as a president and not even as a person. Here at this press conference at the San Antonio Zoo on Monday, Timothy the Hippopotamus officially launched his bid for Hippo of the United States. Yes, a phalanx of adoring fans gathered outside of his little tank there to take in the news from their possible future #HOTUS. On his official Facebook page, either the hippo or social media person working on his behalf wrote that as part of his extra sturdy platform, he advocates that every citizen should enjoy at least one rejuvenating nap per day through his Naps for All initiative. Further, Timothy seeks mandatory snack time at offices and schools to promote productivity and happiness. And he's also urging kindness and respect among individuals. This type of positive campaign platform may seem more welcome than, say, encouraging Russia to do whatever the hell they want to our NATO allies. But unfortunately, Timothy is only running for Hippo of the United States, not president. And until someone drafts another amendment or something, our Constitution requires our president to be a person, not a hippopotamus. That's not to say this campaign is all in vain. Sure, like many of our nation's fine political grifters these days, the San Antonio Zoo is offering up a wide array of Timothy the Hippo merch, like a yard sign, a t-shirt, and even a tumbler decked out in a name that isn't Stanley. But proceeds from these sales will go towards animal conservation efforts. The San Antonio Zoo is, however, also asking for your vote to become USA Today's Reader's Choice for the #1 zoo in the nation. As of press time, they haven't even cracked the top 10, which is a damn shame. Because at least as far as their social media is concerned, this place is wild in more than one very good way. As we told you a few weeks ago on your news refresh, please subscribe, the San Antonio Zoo holds an annual Valentine's Day fundraiser that lets you name dead rats and cockroaches after your ex that go on to be fed to snakes and other scaly creatures. And our prospective HOTUS Timothy is no stranger to this zoo's spotlight. Until recently, they've been selling a candle that smells like his excrement to help you attract potential mates, in case that bottle of Tom Ford wasn't cutting it. It's not yet clear if Timothy is facing any primary challengers or when a general election for HOTUS may be, but your news refresh promises to stay on top of the story like one of those birds that eats parasites off a hippo's back. Hey, how do you take your coffee? Cream? Sugar? Little bit of pig meat? Well, that's what Starbucks appears to be banking on in China with a brand new beverage, the Abundant Year Savory Latte. The good people at Cable News Network report this beverage, released to mark the Lunar New Year, boasts an interesting flavor. Ingredients: espresso, steamed milk, braised pork flavor sauce, and pork breast meat for garnish. And there it is right there, gently resting atop the Starbucks Reserve mug with a drizzle of pork sauce. Like a piece of biscotti made out of flesh. The Lunar New Year is one of Asia's biggest annual holidays, during which braised pork is often consumed. And indeed, ahead of the holiday on Chinese social media, Starbucks posted, "Eating meat means prosperity in the coming year." This porky pick-me-up costs about $10 US at Chinese Starbucks locations. And if you happen to think this sweet and savory combination of espresso and pig seems unusual, this type of thing is actually kind of in right now. In the New York Times' 9 predictions for how we'll eat in 2024, they specifically called out meal-flavored cocktails, ranging from one drink that tastes like a Waldorf salad to a smoked salmon-infused gin. Anyway, if you want to enjoy Starbucks' Abundant Year Savory Latte, you'll have to go to China. And if you don't have that ability right now, I don't know, just dip some pork rinds in your blonde roast or something.
The more support that actual workers have, the better our economy is as a whole, and that includes everyone, such as strippers.
Yes, strippers. That's a dancer in Washington state out advocating for what's known as the Strippers' Bill of Rights. And yeah, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's legislation that would roll out statewide protections at strip clubs, like requiring a security guard at each club, keypads with codes that enter dressing rooms, and procedures to follow if a customer gets violent. A group called Strippers Are Workers have spent years trying to get this bill off the ground, so to speak, demanding better working conditions for dancers at adult entertainment venues. That also includes limiting fees levied by club owners on dancers, putting up signs that state dancers aren't required to hand over tips, and more. This bill actually just passed the Washington State Senate and is now in the State House, where it would need to get passed and then signed by the governor in order to become a law. And in case this thing becomes a law, well, I bet I know where the party's at.